Hello, everybody. My name is Elaina Bahm. I'm your psychic medium. Welcome to March 2025. So what do you need to know about March? But I'm going to tell you one thing right now. The energies in March are very amplified because we had all those planets align back in February 2028, and they're still powerful and the energy is still amplified. So whatever the cards are going to tell you, take advantage of all the opportunities that are coming towards you. But before I get into the March predictions, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out my channel. I greatly appreciate your support. So here we go. March 2025. Like always, I'm going to break down the month week by week to tell you what do you need to know in the beginning of the week and near the end of the week. So you get a full overview of what to look out for and kind of give you a heads up of what's coming down your way. And at the end of the March predictions, I'm going to pull out a direct angel's message card for you, right from my angel deck, to give you a direct message from your angels, what your angels want you to know. So here we go. The first week of March, March 1st to March 8th. What do you need to know? Now, for some of you, are you noticing the shifts in the energy? Do you feel different? Did you feel a lot of frustrations in mid-February? But guess what? Let me guess. You feel more free, more floating around. That's because planets are aligned and energies are very, very high, especially from February 28th, full moon. Okay, March 1st. March 1st to the 8th, what do you need to know? Right off the bat, let's get serious. Okay, the first week of March, we got the perception card. So if you're in a tiff with somebody right now or a colleague where you're just not seeing eye to eye to something and you just can't figure something out, Spirit wants you to know, look, it's just a difference of perceptions. That's all it is. You see it one way, they see it the other way. They can't understand why you see it your way, and you can't understand why they see it their way. So here's the thing. Get the emotions and the feelings out of it. Because people are too emotional. You get their knickers in a knot, basically. Too many people get their knickers in a knot over the stupid shit that goes on. Take the emotions and feelings out of it. It's just perceptions. That's all it is. They see it as red, you see it as blue. That's it. So once you understand it, then you can finally find a resolution for it. So try to understand the other person's point of view. Like, try to actually understand, why would they see it this way? And if they don't, ask them. Go, I'm curious. Why would you see this way? And sit back and actually listen with both ears. Really listen to them. And then try to get them to really listen to you, why you see it your way. That's the only way you're going to come into resolution with whatever is showing up in your life that seems to be a conflict you're just not following through. The end of the first week, you got the Merlin. I love the Merlin. The Merlin says basically, if you're in any sort of legal dispute where you got contracts, you got lawyers involved, you're going to come out victorious from it. But it helps if you see their perception of it, right? But the Merlin also says, everything you need to know is already within you. So stop doubting yourself. This is not a week for doubts or second guessing or going back and forth, back and forth. Everything you need to know is already within you. Stop doubting yourself. Because when the Merlin shows up, the Merlin's actually a powerful dude. He's actually one of my spirit guides. He's this old guy, white beard, wears the long robe, has the staff, very wise man. So he's saying, look, he's all about balancing imbalances, justice, alchemy. So justice will come into your favor. Whatever it is you're trying to get through or resolve, don't worry, it's going to come out. Just get the feelings and emotions out of it. People are too emotional these days. All right. What do you need to know for the second week of March? Second week of March is March 9th to the 15th. And during this time, I will be on a beach somewhere for March break. Family's going away for March break. So I hope you are all having a wonderful March break. Okay, so what do you need to know for March 9th to the 15th? Interesting. I don't have really jumpy cards so far. All right. Love it. Okay. You got the cat. I love the cat. Now, this has caused you a lot of stress. Whatever this chaos, this injustice, whatever this dispute is, it's caused you a lot of stress. Excuse me. But then the second week of March, you got the cat. So Spirit's really reassuring you, look, you, my dear, are like a cat. You will always land on your feet, and you got 9 lives. Now, if this is already done and you become victorious with it, the cat is reminding you, okay, this is a little bit of a wake-up call. You really need to set boundaries around people. You have a lot of energy vampires around you. You got jealousy around you. You're meant to shine. You're meant to catapult forward in your life. And there's some people around you in your life that aren't wanting to do that. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Just don't let them bring you back down. So really, Spirit's telling you right now at this second week of March, you really need to start setting some boundaries around people. Be around people you want to be like. You inspire to be like. Don't always hang out with people that are at the same level as you. Do you want to move up a level in your life? Well, then hang out with people who are leveled up. Don't hang out with people who are leveled down, because they're not going to inspire you to move forward. Sure, be friends with them if they're really close friends. That's fine. But just set your boundaries and really pay attention. Who do you spend the most time with? And do these people influence you and help you to catapult forward? If that's what you want to do in your life. If you want to stay where you are, that's fine. But the cat is just saying here, look, stop self-doubting yourself. My dear, you will always land on your feet. You have 9 lives, and set boundaries around people. You're in charge. Stop thinking that you're not in charge of your life, that life happens to you. Life doesn't happen to you. You do life. How do you perceive things? What are your reaction to events? That's what you're in control of. So second week of March, that last half of it, communication. Really interesting, because as this card pulled up, my throat chakra, which is all about communication, is starting to close off. So that's telling me, Spirit's telling me to tell you, are you really being clear of what it is you want or what you're expecting? Like, how many of you are waiting for a job promotion, but you haven't asked for a job promotion? You're just thinking it'll be offered to you. Well, stop thinking it's just going to come to you. Remember, you do life. Life does not do you. So take control. Be very clear in your communication, what it is you want, what is your expectations moving forward. But also, this card's also signifying to you that someone's not communicating fully with you. They're holding information back. So be wary. So if people aren't answering your questions directly or giving you the whole story of things, just make a note on the back of your head, like, this person's being vague. I wonder why. And just watch. Because that goes in hand with the cat. Because those people who are being vague, not telling you the whole truth, or their stories aren't making sense, these are the people you have to set boundaries around. Because their intentions may not be the greatest. Okay, I'm not saying they're bad people. Their intentions just might not be the greatest. But for you, stop diddle-daddling. Get your communication clear to the people around you, whether it's your spouse, your partner, your bosses, and what are your expectations. But just don't go demanding a promotion. You better have that backed up with why. Why do you deserve it? So get clear. I don't know why you're not being clear. Stop selling yourself short. You deserve absolutely the best. So far, this month's been really intense. All right, third week of March, March 16th to the 22nd. Oh, here we go. Now we're starting to get jumpy cards. All right, third week of March. What do you need to know? So one card did fly out. I need to read that card, but I still got to pick my 2. Ooh, interesting. Okay, third week of March. Okay, well, this is going to be a little tailspin happening. In the beginning of the week, you got partnership. So now partnership can be multiple things. It could be a romantic partnership. It could be, a partnership in business with your boss, with your colleagues. But with this partnership, it's either going to be with your business or it's going to be your romantic partnership. It's going to be either or, okay? So let's just get this clear. So I want to talk about your career. If you are an entrepreneur or you're high up in a company, I have a feeling that someone's going to approach you in the beginning of this week with an opportunity. You're going to receive an email. You're going to receive a phone call. Someone's going to approach you with an opportunity to partner up, do business together. All right. If this is romantic, like with your current spouse or your partner, shit's going to fly this week with your spouse or your partner. Okay. Because the second half of this week is disruption. So something's coming in to disrupt things. So if this is with your career, something's coming in to disrupt the even flow of your business. All right. Contracts are not being fulfilled. Contracts are not getting signed on time. Deliveries are not being made on time. Systems and structures are breaking down. So expect some disruptions in business at the end of this month. However, also, if this is romantic, expect some arguments this week. Just you're not seeing eye to things. That's all. Okay, so be mindful of your emotions. Be mindful of your reactions. Expect these some disruptions to happen in the last part of this week. But there's a silver lining in all of this, because the card that flew out when I was shuffling, and that's the card Spirits picked, they picked the movement card. So you're either moving houses or you're moving businesses, you're moving departments, you're moving and work in some format, or you're actually physically moving houses. So this disruption is like a storm. And you got to remember, sometimes storms don't come into your life to piss you off and knock you down and make you feel bad about yourself. Storms come into your life to clear the path. That's how you got to see. When you get chaos and you get a lot of disruptions in your life, just say, you know what? It's a storm that's coming to clear the path for the future. You just got to get through it. That's all. But there's positive movement at the end of it. So the beginning of this week, expect an email, a phone call, some kind of somebody reaching out to you, wanting to join forces for your businesses to catapult you forward, or expect a spouse or partner to come to you and start wanting to have a serious conversation that something's not working or they don't like something. Those conversations, there's going to cause a lot of disruption. That's okay, because then there's positive movement right at the end. So that's the third week of March, little intense, but listen, we all have storms in our lives. They come to us all the time. Remember, storms come to our lives to clear the path, not to piss you off, even though it's easier to blame it that they come to irritate us. All right, fourth week of March, last week of March, what do you need to know? March 23rd to the 31st, what do you need to know? I love how the third week ended with movement. So let me know what showed up for you or what's happening. All right, fourth week of March. What do you need to know? March 23rd to the 31st. I did have a card fly out from Spirit. Thank you. But I got to pick my two cards. Love it. All right, the card that flew out was Spirit. You got the Goblin. Stop letting fear run the show. Stop letting the self-doubt, the limiting thoughts take over your life. You're in control of your life. You always are. You always have been. Start acting like it. Don't let the Goblin keep you on your current path. The reason why the Goblin wants to keep you on your current path is because it's safe. It knows the outcome. It knows what's coming and going. The Goblin's your ego. It doesn't like it when you change. Because the minute you want to change something in your life, you want to try something new, you start getting those limiting thoughts. Well, why do you think that happens? Your ego gives you those limiting thoughts, because basically your ego is saying, whoa. I don't want you starting your own business. I don't want you taking on this movement in your job, because I don't know what the outcome is. And now my job is to keep you safe. So why don't we just stay where you are and let that be? That's the Goblin. So just put your ego aside. So if there's something you want to do, create, or start, then do it. Don't let fear run the show. Don't let this Goblin keep you on your current path when you want to go on a different path, or you're being nudged towards a different path. And the first part of this fourth week of March, you got the Bee. This is the best card in this deck. There is 54 cards in this deck. Me personally, the Bee is the luckiest card in this deck. So it doesn't come up very often. So the bee is the hardest working insects. Bees actually work themselves to death. But the Bee signifies sweet victory is guaranteed to be yours. It's a good luck card. It's a very fortunate omen. It's the best card. So go for it. Don't let this Goblin prevent this from happening. You've let the Goblin, you've given power to the Goblin too much. Time to let it go. Just listen, you can't get rid of your ego. Just shove it to the side. Just shove it to the side. You do what you got to do, because this sweet victory is guaranteed to be yours right off the bat in the beginning of the fourth week of March. The last half of this week, the fourth week of March, is the water fairy. The water fairy is about feelings and emotions. So remember, you are not your feelings and emotions. Feelings and emotions are fluid like water. That's why it's called the water fairy. 1 hour you're happy, the next hour you could be watching a sad movie and bawling your eyes out. You are not your feelings and emotions. Your feelings and emotions are just reactions to events. So what's going to happen is you're going to want to start moving into a different direction. Well, you should be, because Spirit's been nudging you and you're finally starting to listen. And now you're going to start getting criticized. Because I'm seeing people starting to peck at you. Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to leave your job that has full security and a full pension? You've already been there this long. Are you sure? You're getting people who are going to start criticizing you, starting to put self-doubt in you. Stop it. Don't let it. Watch your feelings and emotions. It's all about being strategic at this time. You are not your feelings and emotions. So that is March. March seems like it's pretty going to be intense. It seems like you're going to get things in order and start getting shit done, which I absolutely love. So there's obviously a major shift and a major change happening for you in the month of March. So let me know what that is. For some of you, it's going to change the trajectory of your lives, which is going to be fantastic. Remember, all is well. Love that saying. All is well. All right, let's pull an angel card. Let's give you a direct message from the angels. What do the angels want to tell you for the month of March? Now, if you like my videos, please hit that like and subscribe button at the bottom. It really helps out my channel. I greatly appreciate your support. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. That's my goal. All right. All right. I actually have 2 angel messages for you because one flew out when I was shuffling. Remember, if a card flies out, I need to read it because Spirit has picked out that card for you, but I still have to pick a card for you. So Spirit picked Azure. Azure says, your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith, and don't try to force it to happen. Now, I know patience isn't your strongest virtue for a lot of you. Stop forcing things to happen. Everything is about divine timing. When storms come into your life, it's divine timing because they're meant to clear the path for the next chapter in your life. It has to be all synchronized. Remember, and I always say this, there's no such thing as coincidences. It's all synchronicity of events. People come and go in your life for a particular reason. Sometimes we may not understand it, but they're there for a particular reason. Some people are meant to stay in your life longer than others, and that's just the way it is. Now, the card I picked for you is Archangel Uriel. Now, Spirit really wants to tell you in the month of March, you're very well protected, and there's a lot of going on because in my angel deck, there's 44 cards in this deck, and there's only 4 Archangel cards in this deck. So Archangel cards actually don't come up often when I use this deck, but look, you got Archangel Uriel, and he says, your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. So basically what Archangel Uriel is saying is look at what you're hanging on to and ask yourself what you're hanging on to, this emotion, your emotions, your anger, your resentment, your disappointments. Are they serving you at this moment? Because a lot of the crap you're hanging on to right now is actually crap from the past. But you're bringing it in for today, like it's happening to you today, but it's not. Remember, whatever you want, it's on that shelf for you to just take, for you to grab and own and have it. But here's the thing. How can you receive love when you're hanging on to hate? How can you receive success when you're hanging on to fear of failure? You can't. So you really need to look at what it is you're hanging on to, because whatever it is you want moving forward, I guarantee you it's on that shelf for you to just grab. But the reason why you're not grabbing it is because you're just hanging on to shit that no longer serves you. This is stuff from the past. If somebody's done you wrong in the past, leave it in the past. Is that person still doing you wrong today? Well, if they are, well, then you need to set boundaries around that. Remember, we had the cat. You have to set boundaries around that. So Archangel Uriel, I'll read this again. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. So Archangel's helping you to see what it is you're hanging on to that just doesn't serve you anymore. And that opens you up to be able to grab what it is you want. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and your mind. I'm going to tell you right now, March is going to be an emotional month for you, but it's also going to be very transformative for you. Welcome to just releasing things from the past and moving forward, because there's no room for it moving forward. Absolutely not. All right, there's your March predictions. I hope something resonates in the reading for you. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you soon.